Boys will be playing in Paint Rock, Texas, and they'll be facing the May Tigers. And of course, our big homecoming game this Friday here in Rankin. And the parade and pep rally. And we do have some rainy weather and forecast, so we'll see how that, if we make any adjustments. All right, here we go. I think Boo Boo's fixing to announce the lineups.
Welcome to the Mecca of Volleyball, in Rankin, Texas. Special guest, the Cowboys of Dirt of Grandfalls. Introducing first, number 9, Christian Santiago. Number 2, Natalie Girardo. Number 4, Aaron Tucker. Number 5, Kylie Chester. Number 7, Shay Wood. Number 10, Lacey Hardman. Number 1, Jasmine Butler. Number 12, Ariana Rodriguez. Number 22, Gianna Cruz. And now, your 2021 Lady Cowboys! At number 0, Taylor Lamar. Number 3, Chloe Andrea. Number 4, Alexis Speed. Number 6, Trinity Moore. Number 8, Lisa. Number 10, Jamie Acosta. Number 11, Chloe Brewer. Number 14, Halle Lowry. Number 20, Skyler Rogers. Number 22, Brianna Alvarez. Number 23, Macy Cowell. And number 24, Priscilla Lamar. Ladies and gentlemen, men and women, please stand. Face the flag as we pay homage to America.
Well, there you have it. The voice of the Lady Devils tonight, Boo Boo Bear. He does such an outstanding job with the announcements. Definitely, the game is not the same without hearing his voice. So, getting ready for a big district game here in the Devil's Den. And if you haven't eaten, we're serving hamburgers here in the gymnasium. Of course, admission is free. come out to the Devil's Den and watch a little volleyball and get you something to eat. And we're getting ready to watch the high school Lady Devils in action in this district game against Grandfalls Cowgirls. And again, tomorrow night's a bonfire at Knob Hill, and it usually starts at dark 30, so everybody asks us for a time. You might want to get there a little bit early so you don't miss it, and we'll start as soon as it gets dark. And we'd like to thank the Rankin County Fire Department, volunteer fire department, for all their help with the bonfire, and also our county officials, Pete Jackson, helping us clean up there and make sure everything is safe for the kiddos to attend the bonfire. All right, so it looks like the Lady Devils will tee off first, and it's Macy Conard with ball in hand. And that ball's going to go just wide, and that'll be a point. And Lady Devils, they'll lead off with the first point, following a good serve by Macy Conard, just a sophomore for the Lady Devils. Another good serve. Nice play by Skyly Lofton at the net. And that'll be 2-0 Rankin to start this affair. Macy Conard coming up for her third serve. It's a good deep serve to the libero. She fields it. And I would like to be here in the booth joining me. If you want to come by and get an autograph, is the Boo Boo Bear. Welcome, Boo Boo.
Man, girls already up 3-0.
Yes, Macy Conard doing a good job from the service line.
Well, you guys know Macy Conard has those 22 straight points, and she was, it's rumored that she wants to get 25 out there. How about Hadley Fouts from the corner going backside? Conard making the big save. Aguilar helping her out. Fouts a huge part of that.
What a save right there by the Lady Devils.
And that's Avalos making a big dive. And Cura over the top. Big point for the Red Devils. Sammy.
It's pandemonium in here, boo-boo.
You got to love this. People are cheering, yelling, flags are waving. There's another one of those babies being thrown out there. Skyly Lofton, big spike going into the net. Skyly Lofton, this week's recipient of the Everidge Farms Beef It Up Player of the Week award. And Garden City, number 2, is going to get us set up with some serving. 4-1 is the score. Ball up underneath. The Red Devils in defense, and it's Aguilar, another big save. Fouts with the set. And Guerra's going to clear things out to that back line. How about the Lady Red Devils? There's Aguilar once again. And I think we're going to have a Red Devil in the net. I'm getting confirmation from Don. We did have a Red Devil in the wire there. It's going to be 4-2. Red Devils with the set. Number 22, Brianna Abelos, good on defense. Skyly Lofton laying down the wood, but it's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, she really hit that aggressively and just hit it a little bit wide. So that was a good effort there by Skyly Lofton. Just unfortunately hit a little long.
So Grand Falls, you could say, is on a bit of a run here. 4-3 now the score. Abelos on the back line. She's going to give it a quick tap. Skyly Lofton saves it with the dive. Skyly at the net, wreaking havoc. Fouts is going to set her up. She pushes to the corner. Skyly Lofton once again to Aguilar. Back to Cura. And Grand Falls, guys, believe it or not, Grand Falls has some fight in them. They're sending that ball right back at Rankin. But that's going to be Guerra from the back line. Big spike from back in.
Well, this is a big game. You know, these games matter and have playoff ramifications, I should say.
Yeah, Grandfalls definitely playing really hard out there against Rankin. Very surprising. Big shot there by number 12 of Grandfalls. Skyly did challenge.
And that was a really good hit by number 12 for Grand Falls. They do have some good front row players. You can see good sets, and that was a good hard spike for Grand Falls right there.
Going to go to Fouts. Fouts underneath to Aguilar. Big shot, and that's going to be a Red Devil spike down. You know, Skyly Lofton pretty much invented the spike down for the Red Devil ladies here. And that's going to bring up Alexis Cura. Number 5 up underneath. Skyly's going to tap it down. Good reaction there by the Cowgirls. And number 12, playmaker for the Grand Falls Royalty Cowgirls.
Yeah, it was a great placement by number 12. She hit it where the girls weren't. Nicely done.
Number 12 for the Cowgirls. Speaking of number 12, she's serving. Ball's going to go up. And Guetta is going to make the call. Lets it go out of bounds. That was a split-second decision. And that's going to bring up Skyly Lofton for the Red Devils. Number 23, Kynard, back in play. Ball up over the middle. Lofton tries to get to it. Not going to be there. 7-6. You know, Grand Falls came out today and said, hey, let's make a game of this.
Yeah, they're really playing hard. Number 12 playing really good at the net.
That'll bring up number 22 for the Cowgirls. Issa Guerra underneath to Alexis. Back to Issa. And it's ruled in. Big hit there.
And earlier before this game, our junior high ladies were victorious, and they won the last game of the match to overcome the Cowgirls and played an excellent game today.
I'll tell you what, Sammy, I heard them as I was coming into the stadium. That was a live, loudly bunch right there. Ball up underneath, libero for Grand Falls. Number 12 going long, strong arm there. Going to be 9-6 Rankin. That's going to bring up the sophomore, Taylor Ramos. Garden City. Grand Falls setting up something big there, but Ramos is going to get it in the air. And you saw Alexis and you saw Issa kind of look at each other right there. Just kind of ball drops dead center. It's going to be 9-7. Rankin leads by 2.
Well, did you watch the Cowboys game last night, Boo?
Oh, my goodness. I watched every second of that. And then I watched every replay till about midnight. What a great game that was.
Oh, fantastic. Sorry, Garrett Lance. Condolences.
Conard's going to get the ball back over the top. Grand Falls going to set something up here. Alexis to Aguilar, back to Brewer. Brewer gets a crawler. Issa Guerra, Alexis. Sammy, did you see what I just saw?
Yes, sir.
The confidence that Kynard had that Aguilar would absolutely be there to pick that up. We are now getting to that next level.
Yeah, that was great to see the confidence in the girls really playing as a team right there and trying to get the setter to hit the ball so they can set a good set for a spike. Just well played.
And speaking of setters, that's going to bring up number 3, Chloe Aguilar. Good looking serve, going to challenge him at the back line. Kynard up underneath. That save and the hit there by Brianna Abelos. The second one not going to be enough, though. 10-8. The Lady Devils not able to shut that door on Grand Falls just yet.
Yeah, this is a close game. Let's see if the Lady Devils can take care of business today.
Trinity Ward onto the court. Trinity underneath. This one's going to come off her forearm, and it's going to be 9-10 Grand Falls.
There will be the timeout. So I was talking about all the festivities this week. We have a bonfire tomorrow night, at Nob Hill, and then we have a junior high game here at 5:30 in Rankin, and then our JV will be traveling to Paint Rock to play the May Tigers JV team.
That is a fun game. Kudos to the coaches or whoever set that thing up. That going to play the #1 May Tigers, and Rankin, one of the better teams out of the West. May, absolutely one of the better teams out of the East. Let's see what these JV kids got as they go up against each other.
And that what you hear in the background is true Red Devil spirit there going on. Yeah. Yep. And then we also this weekend have the color run. Color runs this weekend, 9 a.m. Everybody needs to meet at Dub Day Arena. Meet at Dub Day Arena and color run. That should be a fun time. We do have a little rain in the forecast this week, so we'll see what happens on Friday and Saturday. But we also have our big homecoming parade Friday, early release Friday, and of course the homecoming football game will be at 7:30 at Red Devil Stadium.
And off that, Grandfalls gets a big corner shot spike there. It's going off the other end. It's going to be 10-10. So they're going to tie things up here. Number 5 on the serve. Chloe Brewer going to bail him out of a situation there. Ball up over the top. Brewer to Connard. To Brewer. And Brewer just manhandling things out there, taking control at the net. So I don't know what this cheer is, but I'm liking it. I guess they count the number of hits as it's going over.
We have a lot of crowd involvement tonight. It's exciting to hear.
Got a lot of kids riled up, ready to go. Rankin with the lead again.
You'd think we're at Kyle Field in A&M.
And that's going to be Kynard. She's going to take it to the back corner. The libero does her job, gets it back up in the air. To Skyley from the net, and making the save there, number 6, Trinity Ward. And Skyley just powerhousing down there, and she's going to get in the net that time. And it's going to be 11-11. And what about that pep rally today? The Lady Red Devils. Did you see the smile on their faces? Did you see how lit up they were?
That was great to see that.
I saw Issa Guerra running across the court, giving like that gorilla flex, that she's running. That was pretty neat.
I have a prediction. That will be a Rankin tradition in our future.
12-11 now the score, and that's going to bring up Brewer.
Did you see the new banners we got up at the school?
Dude, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that traditional white with the maroon back, the maroon stripes backing on that. I want to say background, but the background is white. Big serve there by Brewer. You got down here, you got JoJo and Mindy haven't stopped waving that flag since they got here.
True Red Devil fans.
Back to the other side. Brewer is going to get a good spike serve. She challenges at the back line. Number 6, Trinity with the save. Taylor Ramos with the hit, and that's going to go long. 13-12, and that's going to bring out number 14, Fouts. Trinity Ward underneath, goes to Aguilar. Aguilar to the corner, back to Ramos, and another one long on the back end. That'll tie things up, 13-13. And that's going to bring up, once again, number 9 for the Cowgirls. Trinity Ward up underneath to Guerra. Grandfalls doing a really good job of moving the ball around out there on Rankin. Fouts underneath, back to Ward, and this one's going into the net.
That was a really good back set by Chloe right there. Very impressive. Just didn't time the hit as well as you would like her to. But really good back set right there. I think that's what you call it, back set.
I always say they're trying to hit him with the back door because they backdoor the ball and then the other girl comes in on it. But it's number 9 with the serve. Grand Falls actually has the lead right now, 13-14. Issa Guerra, Aguilar with razzle dazzle out there, and it pays off. 14-14. And this young lady, I was told before the game, number 1, she is a very young lady. She usually plays JV. They're giving her a chance for Grand Falls, number 1, as their libero. So you can see it on her face, super excited. And Sky Lee Lofton's going to smack it home. 15-14. That's going to bring up Alexis Cura. Red Devils 1-point lead. That young libero for Grand Falls absolutely doing her job. I like this cheer. Back to Ramos, to Skyley. Skyley goes to the back corner. And it's going to be too much for him, 16-14.
Let's see if we can hold on to this lead. First to 25 wins the game. And they play the best out of 5 matches. So you have to win 3 to win.
Cura once again on the serve. This one's going to go just short into the net. It's going to be 16-15. 1-point lead once again for the Red Devils, and that's going to bring up Grand Falls' strongest player, number 12.
I think when we have a little break here, we need to try to grab one of the junior high girls and interview them real fast.
Okay.
I see Arlie Selman sitting there. I bet we could grab her.
Arlie, let me see.
Right here.
With the pom-pom. 17-15. So do you want to do that in between games, or do you want to just a break during the game?
Whenever we have a little time, I think we'll try to get her up here. I'll try to get her attention here in a second.
Grand Falls with the ball, setting things around to the back line. That's going to go long. 18-15, Red Devils on a roll. And that's number 20, Sky Lee Lofton on the serve. Great serve as always. She's going to ace him. 19-15.
All right, I think you could probably interview her while we're watching this game right here. I'm going to give Arlie my headset.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first junior high athlete ever to be, what are we looking here? To be broadcasted here with us on the air in an interview, none other than Arlie Selman. How you doing, Arlie?
Good, and you?
Good. Hey, talk to me a little bit about the game where you went crazy and you had like a run of, 100 points or something like that? How many points did you have in that game?
23, I think.
Yeah, 23 points. So you almost just ran the house, went all the way through. How amazing was that? How did that feel when you were out there and you guys were just driving and pushing? Because, Arlie, I understand that was the first game y'all ever won.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about that feeling as you were going. Like, let's say about point 15 as you're serving over there.
It felt really good.
So, I mean, like, when you're out there, do you find yourself being the motivator? Do you find yourself being the one that they're telling to, come on, Arlie, let's get going? Or are you coming up behind the girls and saying, hey, come on, we got this one more play?
Kind of both.
Kind of both? So let's go home here. And let's talk about going home, talking to mom and dad. So you walk in the door, and I can imagine Bo. Bo just gets done lifting some weights. He sets them down, and he's like, Arlie, let's talk about the game. So what does your dad talk to you about whenever y'all get out there?
He just tells me to play how I know how to play and keep going.
Okay, let's talk about mom. Does mom give more advice, or does she kind of critique or anything?
She's pretty much the same way.
Okay. Let's take it back. Let's go grandma and grandpa. Now, give us some insight here. Give us a little bit of something about, the family talking to you at home.
They're all really supportive towards me, and they all tell me just keep it up and you know how to do everything.
That's what we're looking for right there. That is the insight. Folks, you heard it here on the Red Devil Network. Arlie Selman giving us the inside information. Arlie, as you come up to your next sport and the way things are going, you also do cross country, don't you?
Yes, sir.
So you're doing volleyball and cross country, and I understand you're going to be playing basketball later down the road.
Yes, sir.
So from what I understand, you're kind of an all-around athlete, great player out there. What can we expect next from Arlie Selman?
Just all she's got.
Hey, that's all any coach or any town could ever ask for, that you go out there and give everything you've got. That's an amazing answer. Thank you so much for getting on the broadcast today, folks. That was none other than Arlie Selman. What's your number in volleyball?
2.
Number 2, but number 1 in your hearts, Miss Arlie Selman. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And that's it.
And that is the game. The Lady Devils take home the first game. And I think that interview brought the Lady Devils a little bit of luck.
Well, I tell you what, Arlie, she didn't have a lot to say, but, man, everything she says it out there on the court, out on the cross country, out there on those basketball courts. That kid is a great up-and-coming athlete.
Yeah, when I looked at her and I pointed at her, I was trying to get her attention, and she kind of got a deer-in-the-headlight look, and I waved her over, and she was like, I don't know if I want to go up there or not. She came up here willingly, did a great job. Thanks, Arlie, for coming up here.
So the Lady Red Devils are going to pick it up 25-17. They're going to take the first game home. We're going to switch sides and get ready to do this again. So we got anything else going on?
Yeah, I was going to let Coach Simons here. He's right beside me, talk about the fun run a little bit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the best-looking coach to ever walk the halls of Rankin, Texas. I'm talking about none other than Coach Simons. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good. I think that's a little much there, though, boo-boo.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm looking at you right now. So, you got this fun run coming up. In Rankin, you know, we've seen the Facebook photos. We've seen the Instagrams, things like that. But tell us a little bit about the fun run and what we can expect in the little town of Rankin out here.
Well, I think in the past we've always kind of hosted a cross-country meet, and we wanted to do something a little bit different and honestly take a little bit of the pressure off and do something a little fun for homecoming week. And so I talked to Coach Avalos, and we talked about a color run and thought that would be a good idea. So we got with the company and got all the supplies in, and so I think it's going to be a good time. I think we've got about 150 runners or so total. And this is between schools and community.
Oh, wow. So is it too late to get into that thing, or can people still make, you know, do they have the opportunity to still get in this?
Unfortunately, it's probably too late. You know, if we've got a few, I think it'll be fine. But if we've got 100 that show up the day of, we're going to be in trouble because we don't have enough color to go around.
Oh, golly. You know, me and Sammy so wanted to get into this fun run. But there you have it, folks. We can't get into it because it's too late.
Oh, no. Don't worry about that. We got you extra shirts. You're ready to go. Yeah.
No, and you know, speaking of things like that, I mean, this is awesome. You know, you get guys like you, these little communities, you know, people in there. You're such a find. It's such a great thing. You bring your whole family in here. You know, the kids, the wife, you, yourself. You're such a contribution to this community. We can't say thank you enough. Really enjoyed it. Loved, you know, watching out there do your basketball thing. The spirit, the camaraderie. Coach Simons, I know you're going to be a little more humble than this, but I do want to say you have honestly changed the face of Lady Devil basketball.
Well, thank you, Boo Boo. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're blessed to be here in Rankin. I think everybody's put in a certain spot for a reason, and for some reason we fell in Rankin, and I'm glad that we're here.
Well, it's not the kind of town that you fall in love with, but it grows on you over time, and the longer you stay here, the more you're going to like it.
Yep. Yeah, we've enjoyed it. Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Simons. You got any parting words or anything that you want to give or say out there to the kids listening?
No, let's go Lady Devils. Let's finish this one off.
There you have it, folks. Coach Simons of Rankin, Texas, the ladies basketball coach and creator of fun events here in the Upton County area, Rankin.
You might have upset Garrett Avalos by the words you know.
Oh, yes, I believe
You're
so.
starting to confuse people, boo-boo.
You know what? I have told Coach Avalos that he's one of the best-looking coaches out here. So
Yeah, he says that whenever you're at home game on the loudspeaker, you say the hottest coach or whatever. He said he doesn't like it.
I'm like that fangirl that who whichever star she's around, she's like, "Oh, you're so handsome." So the Lady Red Devils getting back into it. Macy Kynard, big hit. That's going to be, I believe they called that. It's going to be point Grandfalls, so Grandfalls is going to open up 1-0. You know, I believe there was a certain mother who also had something to say about that. And it's going to be the Red Devils with the ball over the top. And Grandfalls getting ready.
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of bias here, but
Well,
I think we can read this. Christy Aiken says, "Excuse me, but my son, Coach Avalos, is the best-looking coach to walk the halls of Rankin." Thank you for that input, Christy Aiken.
you know, if my mom was texting in here, she'd be like, "He's got a great smile and a good personality." So number 3, Aguilar sets up Skyley, and Grandfalls some way somehow gets that dig on that. Avalos doing a really good job of getting sets back up in the air. Point Rankin. So I'll tell you what, Grandfalls not the traditional team that kind of brings that spike after spike after spike after watching Buena Vista and Wink, but Grandfalls are a really good defensive team as far as when you do take it to them. And Christy laughing along at home sends the best wishes out there. Hadley Fouts coming in with a little skip pap over the top. She's going to surprise them. It's going to be another point for Rankin, 3-1, and the Lady Red Devils are on a run.
You said skip pap?
And that's going to be Conrad with a big serve. It's going to come off the shoulder of one of the Grandfalls Cowgirls. They do get a lucky hop. And Cura going for the corner spike. So, Sammy, we were talking about something, so it's Halloween. And, you know, we were talking about the crossbones, the cross spike, right? Right now is absolutely the time to go out there and get you those crossbones flags so whenever they hit that cross spike, you can start waving those cross flags. They're on sale everywhere, every Walmart. Sky Lee Lofton, and that's going to be a Red Devil spike down. Number 20, flags waving, crowd going crazy. And that's going to bring up number 14, one of the few seniors on the team, Hadley Fouts. You know, today being twin day, she actually does have a twin, one of 2 sets of twins in Rankin. And Skyly Lofton at the net. That one gets away.
Actually, we have another set.
You don't say.
The Anther boys, they're in 6th grade.
Really? I didn't know about those. Number 12, for Grandfalls, coming up to serve. Hadley Fouts up underneath. Solid night for Hadley. And Skyly Lofton just taking it to him. Again, big spike.
That'll send your knees to quivering here on the other end of that hit.
Well, Grandfalls is going to take a timeout and talk this one over.
See if we can grab somebody else.
So understand we got a big game coming up this weekend also in football. And Sammy, he's grabbing kids out of the stands right there. This is going to be one of our foreign exchange students. All right, buddy, welcome to the program. This is a Red Devil broadcast. You're out there, thousands and thousands are listening right now. First of all, introduce yourself and let us know where you're from.
Hello, I am Siep Rickman. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm an exchange student here in Rankin this year.
So from the Netherlands, folks, I'm going to tell you something. That's just off the southern tip of Canada, up there north. I'm just kidding, bro. So tell us a little bit about home. What's one of your favorite sports? One of the main sports y'all play over in the Netherlands?
Yes, we play 2 sports. We play soccer and field hockey. We have a big soccer club in our city, and we go every Saturday to the game. But I myself play field hockey.
Now, when you say soccer club, this is really cool. This is one of those European type things.
Yes.
Explain to the people, because this is like the dads, the brothers, the uncles, people from the town, and a lot of times the town has a lot of say in who plays in these games. Tell us a little bit about your club soccer.
Yes, we don't have a club at our school. We just have one club, and big players get a lot to say who plays. It's amazing. The whole town goes there. Everyone dresses up red. Red is our color.
So this is like a celebration, right? Like you wake up that morning, you're ready. It's like a party.
Yes.
The family's out there. Nobody hates each other out there that day. Everybody loves each other. And you can mess with anybody in your family, but if anybody wearing another color from another town says something in those soccer matches, it's on.
Yeah.
How are you liking Rankin, Texas out here?
I'm loving it. I live in a big city, and this is small town life, and I'm loving it. Everyone is so nice, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we love having you here. We enjoy having you here. Now tell us, there's a running argument about how tall you are. How tall are you?
I'm 6'6", 2 meters.
So you're 2 meters. All right, thank you so much. So do you plan on playing any sports? Are you doing anything out here in Rankin?
I'm trying out for basketball, I think, and golf, tennis, and track.
Oh, wow. Well, I think you're being a little humble, though. Didn't you just compete in something recently?
Yeah, cross country.
You did cross country, and you not only competed, but you won the event out there. Do you remember what your time was?
No, it was 12 something.
A 12 something. Outstanding, absolutely amazing. So, to all the people out there in Rankin and listening at home and abroad, go ahead. This is your moment. You can say anything you want to the people out there.
Yeah, people listening, thank you very much for introducing me in this amazing town. I'm loving it here, and I thank you all so much. I'm having a great year here, I think.
Thank you so much for visiting with us. Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing program that foreign exchange program it is. We get to meet so many different personalities and people from around the world.
Yeah, seems a good kid, and we have a couple other we can meet by the end of the day here. I know y'all been watching some good volleyball, and Rankin's up by 5 points here, 9-4.
Well, I'll tell you what, that kid, you talk about a jolly spirit. You know, he just gets around, he got this big smile, he's got this great vibe about him. Good kid right there.
Yeah, and we'll try to get David up here on our next break, and then we have Arthur, so we have 3 foreign exchange students doing a great job here at Rankin.
Number 22 gets a quick set, cross spike by Grandfalls. Aguilar coming right back at him. And they're going to set crossways, and number 20, Skyly, no surprise, she's going to pick that up. And how about Aguilar coming through with a big dive?
Yeah, great play by Chloe Aguilar, getting on the ground, getting that ball. Just good defense right there.
And number 23, Conard's going to just drop that up over the back of her shoulder in dead center. It's going to be a big point. That brings up our Everett Farms Beef It Up Player of the Week, Sky Lee Lofton, and I jinxed her as I said all that. That does go into the net. 11-5 is the score.
All right, so you look around the audience. If you see a person we can talk to, just bring him up.
Let's take a look here. And I see Coach Avalos carrying a baby. I'd like to interview the baby. Let's see. Red Devils once again with the ball. Grandfalls doing that Grandfalls thing, able to return the ball really well. Isagera, big dive. Crowd going crazy off that. And Grandfalls, a little skip pap of their own, going to go over the top. 7-11 going to be the score. Or did they beat me to that? 11-6 is the score.
I think everybody's looking away from you, trying not to make eye contact.
They're like, do not make eye contact.
I think maybe you need to interview a junior high football player. I see Gage Lopez right up there.
Well, let's see if we can get him over here. I don't know. No, everybody's got eyes down. Nope.
Hey, Gage.
Zero Taylor Ramos is going to be setting up for the serve. 12-6 is the score, Rankin with a 6-point lead. Sammy up there just grabbed him one. We've got a junior high quarterback.
Yeah, we're going to spread the love today.
So I've got with me number 10, Gage Lopez. Gage Lopez, a quarterback. Man, I'm going to tell you something about 11, 12 years ago. Your Uncle John was a quarterback for the Red Devils back in the 11-man days. So does he ever talk about that with you, or how does that make you feel?
Not really.
Not really? Well, folks, number 10, Gage Lopez here. Gage, you know, as y'all going through the season, as you're progressing, as things are going along, what's your best memory so far in football?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? Well, so take us into the huddle. You're the quarterback of the team, right? Now, are you the consummate leader where you're like, all right, Rupert, I need you to do your job and get that backside block. Toby, if you run just a little bit faster, we can get the ball on the outside. Or are you like, hey, you know, let's call the play, let's get in there, let's go out there, let's hustle, pat on the rear end, and keep on going?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Yeah.
So when you're watching these games, everybody's got somebody they look up to, they kind of idolize. Who's been some of your idols over the years? It can be college, NFL, anything out there. Like, do you have a quintessential quarterback that you watch and you kind of mimic after? No? Okay, self-made man. Gage, folks, Gage is saying, I'm a self-made man. You don't replace a legend. You become a legend, and that's what he's on the way to doing. Gage, that's very well said. So, like, you also play basketball. You play all the sports. You do the whole gamut. And I understand right now you're also in cross-country, right?
Yes, sir.
So, in cross-country, is that something you enjoy doing, or do you just do that to stay in shape for other things?
Mainly just stay in shape.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys, y'all put a lot into it. Y'all do a great job out there. My hat's off to y'all. Kudos to everything y'all do. This is your moment. You can say anything you want to the Red Devils listening out there. There's thousands and thousands listening at home. What would you like to say to the Red Devils?
Don't give up.
Don't give – better words have yet to be said on this network. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Number 10, Gage Lopez of the Rankin Red Devils. Never give up. Thank you so much for joining us, Gage.
Sir.
I think we kind of got Gage by surprise bringing him up here.
Hey, well, every time we bring somebody up, we really go to town. The girls are up 16-8, doing a great job. And they won the first game, and this is the second game, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so it'll be the first to win 3 games will win this, and Lady Devils looking good tonight here in the Devil's Den.
16-9 is the score that's going to bring up number 9 for Grand Falls. And, folks, once again, big reminder, this is a district game. And as Sammy pointed out earlier, the more games you win in district, the better the odds of making the playoffs. And as a team, we are so far perfect in making the playoffs. 17-9 the score. They're going to bring out number 1 for Grand Falls, Librero. And that's going to bring up our super senior, number 11, Chloe Brewer. Brewer's going to challenge him at the back line. Skylee Lofton hits it home, and Grand Falls with great defense. Backhand spike by number 6, Trinity Ward. Aguilar to Skylee, and Grand Falls doing a good job of bringing that back. She'll set up Ramos. Ramos cross spike, and that is over the net. Kudos to Grand Falls. Trinity Ward skip pap over the top.
Yeah, I thought just a while ago that the point was over, but I guess I was wrong.
Big defensive stand here by Grand Falls and the Lady Red Devils. They're going back and forth, neither team yielding. And that's going to be out, called on the far side. And Grand Falls wins the longest point of the game.
Yeah, that was a back and forth match right there.
So it's going to close it closer here, a little 17-10, 7-point lead before the Red Devils. Underneath Aguilar, back to Ramos. Ramos spike dead center. Grand Falls does pick up on it. And that's going to be just out of bounds. 18-10 now the score. Sammy, I gotta take the kids to Midkiff. Tristan missed his bus. And
He needs a ride?
yes. I see the one of the handsome coaches for the Rankin Red Devils right there to your right. I'm sure athlete's an athlete. He can get in there and talk sports. Would you mind if who's that you're looking for?
So are you leaving us? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Tristan missed his bus. I'm gonna take him back to Midkiff.
Well, look at you, man. Pitching in wherever you need to, right?
Good Samaritan over here.
What a hit right there.
Yeah, number 23, Kynard really brought it to it. Aguilar digs it out of the net. Oh, and so close to an amazing play. So, folks, at 19-12 in the second set, I am going to take off. I will catch y'all later. Sammy, thank you for letting me get in here today. I will catch y'all on the next one.
Well, thank you for giving a kiddo a ride home. And awful kind of you. All right, so now joining me is Coach Simons. He's going to be in relief for Boo Boo Bear today. So thanks for helping us out, Eric, Coach Simons.
Yeah, not a problem. It's a good time.
And so do you know volleyball rules better than I do? I hope so.
I hope so. I coached it for a couple years, so I think I have a good grasp of what's going on.
So maybe you can help a little bit with play-by-play.
Sure.
All right, I appreciate that. And then we'll try to find another person to interview here in a bit on the break. Maybe an elementary kid.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun. So we got Taylor Ramos back to serve here. Grandfalls returns it. And it's going to be a point for Rankin Red Devils.
And that was Chloe with a good placement shot right there.
Good return from Grandfalls. We've got it over. Good set by Alexis. And good placement by Chloe Brewer. A point for the Lady Devils. That's going to bring your score to 22-13.
Well, apparently I was just kidding. Tristan Zed coming to get him. So here we go, big player, the sophomore, Taylor Ramos. Taylor Ramos, great serve to the back line. And Priscilla, I'll tell you what, Priscilla, one of my favorite JV players, number 24.
Yeah, it's good to see her get some time, get in, and get herself a point there.
She's been doing amazing. She's been doing an amazing job as the season goes on, and she just showed she can play at the next level right there. Taylor Ramos' serves are just getting so strong as the season comes along. There she is diving to Kynard. And Kynard's going to get a Red Devil spike down. How about you, Kynard? That's going to be game point. Coach Simons 24-13 in the second set.
Really dominant showing here in the second set.
She's going to test the corner. This is going to go up into the rafters. Grandfalls will get a lead off it, and it goes nowhere. And that's going to be 25-13. Lady Red Devils 2-0. But I'll tell you what, Grandfalls not rolling over, Coach. They're definitely giving the Rankin Red Devils a game out here.
No, they're really not. Grandfalls is really disciplined. They're making us work for all of our points, so this is a really good game for us.
So, Coach Simons, I got you here. Want to just let's talk about basketball for just a second. Okay. So, what do you think about this upcoming season as we get ready? You know, we're kind of coming out of we're not coming out of COVID. They kind of keep pushing it. You know, you don't know what COVID's going to do. But how do you feel about the bigger teams whenever you guys get out there? I noticed, you know, recently y'all been playing bigger, better teams out there. And I know there's got to be a reason and a plan behind that. Kind of tell us a little bit about the bigger schools.
I've always liked to play up as much as we possibly can. I think it helps with confidence if you're able to beat those teams. If you stick to just this region, sometimes the competition isn't what you're going to see in the playoffs. So the more that we can play up, I think that gives us a better shot of what we're going to see in the playoffs and get us more prepared.
Yeah, I like it. So, you know, in the playoffs, you're going to see the faster player, the better ball handlers, things like that. So in a bigger school, you're bound to see a few more of the girls that can play at that level and take it to y'all. Yeah,
absolutely. I love that when we do play bigger schools, we're not intimidated anymore like we used to be when we first got here and we first started doing that. There was an intimidation factor and we had a tough time. And I think that we've gotten over that and we feel like we can play with other classes now.
Definitely. And, you know, one of the things I love so much about basketball is, you know, believe it or not, you know, I didn't realize that there was such a difference in the game and depending on what region you're in. You know, you get out there, you start going further to East Texas, and out that way, you see a lot more of like the Hoosiers-style basketball, passing the ball around, setting things up. They're watching for a specific thing. But as of lately, the Rankin Red Devils have been more like the Raiders of the West out here. Kind of like get your cannons going, get your guns up, because here come the Red Devils. Y'all have a style of play that's very aggressive, and it just goes right at their opponents.
Yeah, I think that I've always kind of considered myself a coach that presses a lot, but the system stuff, I had tried that out at a previous school and it worked okay, and then my numbers dipped and I couldn't do it anymore, and I got to Rankin, and Coach Martin kind of played the same way, and so we started bouncing ideas off of each other, and I had the numbers to do it, and so we've just continued doing it, and we love it, and I think the girls have bought in, parents have bought in, and it's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, and the last 2 years of basketball have been super exciting. Should say the last 3 years of basketball have been super exciting for the Lady Red Devils. 2 regional tournament appearances in that. You know, some coaches go there a whole career, never having seen that or just trying to do it once. And here in your young career, you've done it twice and in none other than a place like Rankin. And I know I've said this before, but that's not an accident. You know, that's not something you just stumble across. That's coaching, that's leadership, that's buying into this program. And I think that's something y'all have absolutely developed here.
Yeah, it really has been a great ride. I think my goal was always to get to the regional tournament. Didn't expect to get to the regional final, and dang sure didn't expect to do it twice. And like I said, we just got some girls that have bought into what we're doing, and we've enjoyed it, and everybody's behind us. So hopefully we can continue that this year.
Absolutely, and as we get back to play out there, Grandfalls with a big cross court there, picking up the first point, just like they opened up the second set. First point, Grandfalls. And that's going to bring up number 2 for the Cowgirls. Abelos underneath. Skylee trying to close them down at the net. Aguilar's going to skip pap over the top. And into the net goes Grandfalls. 1-1 is the score. Now if the Lady Red Devils can pull off this set, that's going to close things down for the night. And you can hear the loudness of the JV kids over here. Number 14, Hadley Fouts on the serve. Tests him over on the right side. Hadley to Aguilar to Skylee. Back to the corner, and it's good. That's going to be 2-1.
It's been so much fun to watch these girls develop, you know, from not having a program in 7th grade or 8th grade, and they've just continued to grow and continue to get better every year. It's really been a lot of fun to watch them.
Yeah, we were watching them over at the Wink game, and, you know, essentially, like, if you're just watching the game as a whole, if you're somebody as a group just watching a volleyball game, you're thinking, hey, you know, Rankin's getting beat pretty bad out there. But what you don't see is the girls were diving, the girls are digging, the girls are never giving up. They're fighting all the way. They gave so much of themselves out there in that loss. I think that was the breakaway game that showed them that, hey, there's a lot more to us than just a team that shows up to play on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Number 2, Nisa Guerra, number 8, with a big save there. And those are those big games that you really love to watch because it's a lot of growth in that.
Absolutely. Their level of cohesion has just gotten better and better and better, and you start to see them playing off of each other and working together and being where they're supposed to be on time and putting passes on target. It's just a whole lot of fun to watch them grow.
Yeah, and as fans, you know, here I am, a fan watching the game, know nothing about volleyball other than what I've seen in the Olympics. And just the strategy alone that goes into it, no play out there is just by mistake. They're trying to set something, they're doing something, they're putting things down the road. A lot of strategy in this game.
Right. Yep, there really is. I mean, just like anything else, whether you're talking about football or basketball, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that Coach Botla does, watching film and adjusting her defense and offense.
And that one's going to go long, out of bounds to the outside. That's going to make the score Rankin 3, Grandfalls 4. That's right, the Cowgirls leading. And that's going to bring up number 4, Alexa Cure. Alexa, also another one of the Lady Red Devils that has just grown leaps and bounds out there. Grandfalls picks up on the ball. Hadley Fouts underneath. Hadley about as solid as they come back there defending. And Skylee Lofton going to close them down at the net. That's going to tie things up 4-4. Alex Cure continuing to serve. Number 12, big serve. Boy, she was just a little long on that one for the Cowgirls. 5-4 now the score. Alexis going on about her 4th point here. She can pick this one up.
Yep, good little run for us.
Now, Coach Simons, where did you grow up? Where is home to you?
I grew up in Kermit. So
That's
not
right.
too far from Rankin. A lot of similar qualities.
Right, okay, so y'all were able to make a good adjustment here, you know, as a family because,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Kermit, just another old field talent out there in the patch.
Another big hit by Skyly Lofton. She's having a heck of a game.
So y'all lived in Kermit?
That's where I grew up.
So how was Wink football? No, I'm just kidding. You hear so much about Kermit kids playing football over in Wink.
Yeah, I guess, you know, when we were in school, Wink was really good. Usually their football team is pretty strong. They had a class of really, really good athletes back then.
Yeah, I've got some friends that came out about that same time, all the Ham brothers and all the HAMM brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And, really good group of kids out that way.
Know those guys very well. Probably too well.
6-5 now the score. Grandfalls trailing by 1. Issa Guerra doing her thing. Alexis going to come up just a little short. 6-6 now the score. Grandfalls does a really good job of keeping himself in the game early. Loving this crowd out here. Issa Guerra backcourt spike. Gonna be too much for him. 7-6 now the score. Lady Red Devils up by 1.
You know, you're talking about this crowd. I love that. I think this is the loudest that they've been so far this year. The deeper you get into district and playoffs, the louder they get and the more come out. So it's good to see.
And the neat thing is, though, it's being led by the kids. You know, you've got that kind of camaraderie of these kids coming out there not saying, oh, this or that. They're like, hey, let's go cheer on our girls and get going.
Yep. And the players absolutely feed off of that.
Oh, the energy in a room can just change on a dime. Yeah, and absolutely. I guess you could call it the 7th man in volleyball also.
You can.
Number 3, Aguilar, big spike, going to go long off the backside. 8-7, ranking up by 1. He's going to bring on a young lady, number 22. This may be her 2nd appearance tonight for Grandfalls. Taylor Ramos going to give it a check serve. And it pays off. 9-7, now the score. And that's going to bring on one of our other seniors, number 11, Chloe Brewer. Look at Grand Falls crowd getting into it on the other end. Cross spike, Cowgirls, Alexis Cura going to take care of that. Chloe Brewer checks him at the back line. Issa Guerra, Cura, Brewer. Taylor Ramos needs some help. Not going to get there. That's going to come off the fingertips.
That was 2 good hits by Chloe Brewer, and Grand Falls did a good job of defending there.
9-8. Now the score. Grand Falls up by 1. The young lady serving for the Cowgirls, number 4. Fun little story out there in Grand Falls in 2013. I know you probably remember this. When the season started, Grand Falls, you know, they're always up in that, 1 through 15. They're going to be somewhere in there. But nobody expected Grand Falls to go 15-0, 45 about 9 teams along the way, and win a state championship. You know, as far as state championships go, to me, that's one of my favorite stories from out of the West because those Cowboys came seemingly out of nowhere that year.
I remember hearing about that. I think at the time I was in Ira, and Ira was a really good football
yes.
team as well. But they did. They snuck up on everybody.
Grand Falls long shot, 10-9, ranking with the lead by 1, clinging to a slim lead. That's going to bring up Aguilar for the Red Devils. Abelos back on the court, as well as number 6, Trinity Ward. Ward goes up and long to Aguilar. Kynard! And she may have gotten in the net. It's going to go against Grand Falls, though. Hard to see from this angle. 11-9 ranking. Chloe Aguilar once again. Great serve by Chloe. Coach Simons, that's some of that next level thinking we were talking about a while ago.
Oh, yeah. You know, Chloe, what I love about Chloe is her demeanor never changes. You know, she stays level-headed the whole time. She never gets too high, too low. She's very smooth in everything that she does.
Making the dive is going to be Abelos, and Chloe gets it over the net. It crawls over. Abelos once again to Chloe. Number 6, Ward gets a skip pap. Another skip pap. Surprises him at the net with some that change speed, I guess you could say. 13-9 now the score. Lady Red Devils going on a run.
That was all set up by really good defense by Brianna Abelos back here in the back row.
Abelos once again. Kynard, quick spike. Now, I like what she did there. She could have tried to kill it. She didn't have the angle, so she just gave it a pop and set it right down in the center of the court.
Yep.
14-9, Lady Red Devils. Grand Falls going to take a timeout and talk this one over. Now, Coach Simons, we can go to music, or you can talk about anything you want to talk about right here.
Oh, we can go to some music. I don't have a whole lot more to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I was talking to you guys about Coach Simons. Where'd you get that hat? You get a big old sombrero? Where'd you get that thing? Hey, guys, you guys can't see this, but Coach Simons, Coach, don't do this. Come on. He's getting up on the table. Coach, what are you doing? Coach. Congratulating the Lady Red Devils here in just a few minutes if they can hold on. Isa Guerra, Trinity Ward with a big spike from the corner. Now that's a Trinity we like to see right there. 15-9 now the score. Well, these kids are getting into this. Chloe Aguilar still knocking it out of the park with those serves. She's up at 6 serves. Now, she's one of your young ladies on your running Red Devils, right?
She is, and she's got to step up this year and play a bigger role than what she did last year. You know, we got a couple that graduated, so we need her to step in and fill some of that void. I think she's up to it.
So, as a coach, though, I mean, you've got to get, like, you know, talking, going over late-night films, watching things. When you watch that change, when you see it happen, I mean, how's that feel as a coach to just see that development and know, hey, now we've got something, let's go?
You know, I think it kind of sneaks up on you. You don't really know what you have, and you're kind of worried from year to year, and then all of a sudden you get halfway through the season and you beat some really good teams, and girls have come along that you didn't expect to come along. So it's good. It's a good feeling that they've taken ownership in their improvement.
Yeah, as a fan, absolutely love to watch that. I like to see someone just get better and better, and they continue to strive, they continue to play, and before you know it, that's like your go-to, your leader out there, and, you know, the whole season and sometimes games just change. Rankin Lady Red Devils taking it to Grand Falls right now on the strong right arm of Chloe Aguilar. 19-9 now the score. Once again, Chloe Aguilar 20-9. We're at that point in the game. You can throw decorum out the window. Grandfalls is trying to break that serve.
Right.
They've got to do anything they can to break it, and Chloe is just taking it to them.
Grandfalls has tried everything. They've adjusted their defense a little bit. They called a timeout to try and ice her, and nothing has worked so far.
She does it again. The libero is going to get up underneath it. Cross court spike. Isagera getting under it. Kynard drops it dead center, and Kynard's come up with something new and changed it up, and it's 21-9.
Yeah, Macy's usually just a power hitter, and now she's starting to place the ball where she wants it to go instead of always trying to kill it and it going out or going in the net, and it's paying off.
Ball up over the top. Grandfalls. Chloe to Brewer, and I think she kind of surprised Brewer on that one. 21-10 is the score. Grandfalls breaks the serve of Chloe. And that one's going to go long, out of bounds, 22-10. You can hear just several young ladies screaming and shouting out there for the Red Devils. Ball up in the air from the rafters. They clear things out. Kynard is going to pull that one up. Back to Brewer. And that veteran, Chloe Aguilar, is going to let that one sail away. 23-10 now the score. Ball up to the corner, out of bounds. Kynard. Now, Coach, I don't know if you knew this. Kynard, the record holder for the Lady Red Devils, 22 straight serves. We were talking about that just a little bit ago. And so in this young history of this team, she's number one.
Wow, no, I did not know that.
Grandfalls drops it dead center, 23-12, now the score. So are you a prediction guy in any way?
Depends on what we're predicting.
Well, okay, so here's the deal. You see the junior high class out there. You see what's coming up. You got your Lady Red Devils, right? Besides Selman, because that's going to be a given, who would you say has the most potential coming up right now? You know, because, I mean, they're kids. They just have natural potential. Who would you say is coming up with that natural element of athleticism?
Well, I think you've got so many in that 7th grade class, and then you've got a 6th grade class. Now, here's my surprise. I think Kaylin Pruitt is going to surprise people by the time she gets into high school. I don't know if you remember a few years back, Zoe Nail.
Yes.
Kind of reminds me of Zoe Nail. Fast, athletic, strong, tough kid. So I think she's going to be a surprise to some people. But we've got a really big 6th grade class, and we've got a lot of athletes in that class too. So I'm hoping that there's more than just that one.
Hey, a lot of athletes is a great problem to have as a coach.
Right.
And that one's going to go into the net. It's Skyley and Ward jumping up. I think the young lady from Grandfalls had her eye on him. Game point, 24-14. It's going to get a little louder in here. Chloe Brewer at the helm. There's the serve. Isagera underneath. Aguilar going to hit it with over the shoulder. And that's going to close it out from Rankin. So Coach through the melee. So through the melee out here, Rankin's going to close things out. 3-0 on Grand Falls. Hats off to Grand Falls. They played a great game. Very challenging out there. Gave Rankin a run for it. Coach Simons, you got any closing words?
That's a good couple games. You know, them playing Forsan Saturday, and then at Grand Falls. I know the score may not show it, but they did make us work for it. I thought that their defense was good, and they were pretty disciplined. So those are two good games for us going into these next couple, and so hopefully we can continue on this path and then get ready for playoffs.
Well, guys, from all of us out here at Red Devil Broadcasting to all of you at home, from Don, Sammy, Coach Simon, and for myself, we will catch you on the next one. We love you, and good night.